nuke drop survived. Atomic explosion. Total items collected. Waste supplies collected. Total survival 0 days. Longest survival. Apocalypse survived. Paris post-apocalypse win ratio. Undertake 0 successful expeditions out of 0. People perish, not expedition, from hunger, thirst, sickness, injury during the nuke drop. Water consumed. And like there's trophies. All of these are different trophies. The full atomic experience. The full atomic experience. Scavenge around your house for supplies, and then survive the post-apocalyptic in your fallout shelter. Oh wait, what? Tutorial 100% approved by the establishment. Scavenge supplies from your house and make sure the fallout shelter is well stocked by the end of your run. No survival included. Experience one-of-a-kind post-apocalyptic adventure. Survive in your fallout shelter with randomly selected supplies. Perfect your post-apocalyptic skills. Unlock fancy rewards in the special challenge adventure. Most trophies disable. No. Learn all about the learn how to scavenge and survive in the event of nuclear apocalypse. This tutorial has been approved by the establishment. For all injuries ranging from paper cuts to decapitations, an atomic adventure awaits. Welcome to your atomic scavenger. Pay attention, you. Good job. There might just be hope for you. Just move! Family comes first. Grab Jimmy and you'll be the first to visit. Damn it! I didn't get to read that. Yourself a problem, Buster. You can only carry so much, and every time item weighs at least one slot. You need to drop whatever you're carrying has before you pick up more. When near the hatch, drop all items you have there. You're staying down there, so you'll need a radio. I think I broke it. Siren sounds. Damn, bitch, you're heavy. Far from over. Day one? Oh, what the fuck? Day one. You made it to the shelter, congratulations. But the drill's not over yet. You'll end up here with whatever and whoever you brought with you. Nothing else. You'll need to make the most of it. The next few days will teach you how to survive. Down here, while the world outside burns, explore and interact with your surroundings. You can always find out useful things about your shelter and its inhabitants. When your survival journal is not opened yet or hidden, first things first, we must ration food and water. If you don't wine and dine yourself and the folks you've brought with you, you can bet your bottom dollar none of you will ever see the light of day again. Survive the atomic drill. Oh. Okay. Since this is your first day down here, you'll need to get used to your surroundings. Believe me, ventilation hum can drive anyone nuts if you don't occupy yourself with something to do. Get some decent rest and we'll carry on tomorrow. Night night. Damn. Good morning, survivalists. Hope you slept well. Bed's comfy enough? No? Well, better get used to it, since you'll be staying here for a while. We'll start today's activity with rationing, since you need to do it every day. But after that, we will move on to something else. Got your attention? Good. Now listen. There is a risk you will run out of supply eventually. Everything can be useful, but food and water are critical to your survival. If they're gone, you will soon be a goner. Then you can say corn dog. So sometimes you'll need to send people out to the surface to bring back more supplies. You do this by preparing an expedition a day before it actually departs. Be careful though, tired survivors can never be a part of an expedition. Today we will skip preparation, jump directly into sending someone brave outside. There isn't much going on with Ted, no trouble, nothing new. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter? Today's been fine for Dolores thus far. Timmy might not look like it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. Sending people out into the wasteland is no walk in the park. Do it too early or without a gas mask, then you can bet it's a suicide mission for them. Send healthy and well-fed people. Sick, hurt, or crazed people are more likely to perish out there. You can send one person at a time. Let's give it a try. This time you will need to send someone out. But if you ever want to skip a trip to the surface, don't select anyone. This is a drill, so your explorer will come back after a little while. But in the event of a real apocalypse, they might be gone for a couple of days. In the meantime, you'll be faced with other problems. This will test you to the limits. I'm talking about making decisions that can break even the best of men's moral spine. We'll see what clay you're made of. But first, ration your food and water. We don't want anyone starving now, do we? Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Water is what Mary Jane needs most right now. Dolores will not last long without water. Some water for Tim would be nice. Oh, okay. I'm an army man, so I don't know a second thing about imagination, but you could probably use yours now. Picture the scenario. You've come across your kid's hamster, who in some bizarre way found its way to the shelter. The kid's obviously going to love it, and so will you. There's nothing better than food that comes to you on its own. Now it's up to you. Do you cook him? Yes. I'm not gonna eat him raw. Good choice. Everyone had a bite, and fresh meat will not be easy to come by in the days ahead. Best to take any chances you get to eat. Believe me, you will find yourself and your family in much more dire circumstances than this, and there won't be a hamster around to save your ass. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. So they're not thirsty. Got it. You might be faced with decisions that require you to use your equipment. However, sometimes you might find you don't have one item that was supposed to save the day, so make sure you scavenge the right supplies before the blast. Keep in mind, every item can be used for something. What do you want to do today? Clean a rifle, listen to the radio, and maybe play Shadow Bunnies using your flashlight. Damn. So you couldn't use any of these items. Too bad. Better luck next time. Good news, everyone. The expedition is back. Sometimes they'll return with extra supplies. Sometimes they won't. Other times they'll come back in a nasty injury or even radiation sickness. Believe me, you don't want to get those. I hear glowing in the dark isn't as fun as it sounds. Though this time your explorer's hurt, but they will recover after the proper use of a first aid kit. You can use one during rationing. Ted was hurt, Ted was hungry. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin? Is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Timmy has on his best, so how long will it last? You need at least one alive adult to keep going if you send your only survivor to the surface. You won't know what's happening in your bunker until they come back, and when they do, your shelter might already belong to someone else. A decent padlock may protect it, but not for long. This was a busy day. Take your time and get some sleep. If you made it thus far, you're doing great and have a chance at getting out of this foxhole. Hopefully soon, but don't quote me on that. We've only sent someone outside, but let's give it another go today, shall we? The first time you were only asked to pick one one brave volunteer to save the day. This time you will also get the chance to equip your explorer with some useful gear. Feed your troops and I'll see you at the shelter entrance. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted's injuries are all fixed. It's impressive how Mary Jane handled the situation. She looks fine. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny situation. Timmy might not look like it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. Why didn't you have that with you? Anything can be useful outside, and some items even improve scavengers' chances or survival. Notice you have a suitcase that's handy. With a suitcase, explorer can carry more. Go ahead, pick something. Beat them with a can of soup. Morning. People, you're probably asking yourself one simple question. What's the point of sitting in this atomic shelter? Why don't I just leave? Well, leaving's a death sentence. If the radiation sickness doesn't kill you, then the giant scorpions will. You can trust me on that. Your one chance is our boys arriving to rescue you. So every good citizen needs to do one thing. Seek contact with the U.S. military and a way to rescue. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Equipment. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. Nothing new to report on Timmy. No, 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 the rescue isn't coming today, but will come get you eventually. You need to keep your radio optional and be ready to venture into the waste. However, you also need to be careful. It might not be our only It might not be our only shit! It might not be only our soldiers out there. There could be bandits or worse, commies. Just imagine what will happen when the Reds discover you. So let's agree to the rules for this drill. You only open the door if someone knocks 2 times. Am I clear? 2 times! Did she gather anything? You need to remember that some days will be very intense. A lot of things will happen that you'll need to be prepared for. That's why any day that gives you a break is a blessing, and you'll need to make sure you make the most of it. Eat, drink, and relax while thinking about all those commie bastards who don't have the comfy bunkers like you. That thought always gets me through the day. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. The proud Elysian Hospital was completely destroyed. Piles and piles of luggage were lying between heaps of rubble, only a few rooms on lower levels partially survived. Now we know the secret of their restaurant chef. It's tomato soup. No wonder they were a 5-star hotel. Okay. Every room was stocked with water bottles for guests. A few of them remained relatively untouched by the explosion. Only one? In what was left of one of the rooms, 2 figures were playing chess. One was a skeleton and the other was a man with some kind of metal armor. They gave us their chessboard, claiming they have a spare one. Only when we walked away did we discover they gave us checkers instead of chess. What a sick joke. One of the luggage bags was filled with a wide array of different flashlight models. Excited, we tried them all, but only one was in any working condition. Ted's stomach rumbles. Ted should drink something. Get something to drink for Mary Jane. Sounds... fuck! Sorry. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Doris has not eaten in a while. Timmy doesn't need much, but... As long as you keep your shelter stocked and remain cautious, you should be okay. However, every choice you make may come back to bite you in the ass. Even after a few days or weeks, consider your options carefully. This is a drill, but if the nuke starts dropping, it'll be totally different stories. If I were you, I'd check the door. Alex Extraction team might be coming for you any day now, but be careful. This is a post-apocalyptic scenario, and you never know what's coming. Ted is hungry. Ted is no longer thirsty. Dolores would really love to eat something. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Someone's at the door. You can hear several knocks. If you listen closely, you can make out a sequence of 3 knocks. Do you open the door? Good call. That wasn't the knock you were waiting for. Caution at all times. Remember that. Be cautious. Apply yourself, and maybe you and your family will be just fine. Or at least most of you. Dolores would really love to eat something. Ted isn't hungry anymore. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling this situation. She looks fine today. Timmy might not look it, but he's As you were counting imaginary sheep in your head, another series of knocks broke your concentration. Someone is really hammering on your door and probably not taking no for an answer. Two knocks. The pattern keeps repeating. Do you open it? Sure. Atomic drill. What is this for? Complete the government endorsed fallout. Oh shit, what is... Oh, cool! Good job! You're safe and sound with our brave soldiers. And now we can all have some apple pie. You deserve it! We spent 11 days in our shelter. Atomic drill began. Someone followed us. Hotel raiders. Successful past the drill. Water. Sense of life. Base survival. Damn, you're making me thirsty. Oh, because it was a test, it didn't count. Okay, let me look at the achievements, right? Because I don't really care for this game, because just not really my thing. I only got it because there's a recommendation, right? I'm just looking if there's any specific achievements like, oh, beat this on this difficulty, right? Da da da. Da da da. Okay, da da da. Mhm. Okay. Okay, yeah, it says win a game in every mode. Every mode on Little Boy, Fat Man, and Tsar Bomba. Okay. Okay, so there's scavenge challenge. Da, da, da. A lot of these don't make sense, which I guess is good for achievements, so it's not easy to get. Yeah, so I'm only gonna do it on the easiest difficulty. My family! Move! Home sweet home. I'll play a bit of this, like, I'm not gonna get every achievement, but like, I'll give it a couple of goes. Family Guy. The end? Safe for now. I'm so confused. What is the fucking... Where is the... I'm trying to fucking play the game, but it doesn't make sense. Rescue the whole family. Get to shelter before the bomb hits. It doesn't make sense. No room. And because I don't have any water, we're gonna end up dying. Okay. All of us made it to the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We can't remember bringing those supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked better anyway. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. We always thought life could be much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think life could be much better in a way. Not that much has changed. Who knows, maybe the new world will offer new opportunities and won't be that bad. Ted says there's no need to worry about him, he's okay. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying it out loud. Life is hard for all of us right now. Dolores is in a good mood today, we hope it will stay this way. Nothing new to report on Timmy. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Ted is vigorous enough to withstand the hazards of the wasteland. We can send Dolores for an expedition. Wasteland is no match for Mary Jane. Timmy can do it. Timmy can go to the wasteland. Should we start yeah, we can do that tomorrow. Every new small attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss, so when a single brick fell out from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of that smell is. Radiation. Ah, that's not good. That is not good. We looked in the hole, fearing something might come at us with claws, fangs, or other mutated and sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into the can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'll be luckier than him. So we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. Ted is really thirsty. We should get Mary something. Okay. Timmy doesn't need much. It's about time we chose someone to scavenge. Let's give him the axe. Ted is left to the surface. We'll be back soon. Equipment. Okay, they're not thirsty. We had the most curious visitor today. One of them was making the sound of galloping horses using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on the very important quest to seek some magical cup, only they lost their way to the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map and determine their whereabouts. I think they're crazy enough, you know, like, they're not crazy enough to steal from us. I think they're just fucking delusional, so... And they stole it. We were too impressed with their medieval outfit to decline. So we showed them our map and pointed their location of a shelter. They quickly found their bearings and rewarded our kindness with a set of checkers, then swiftly rode off, or ran off. We hope they find what they were looking for. Mary Jane says she doesn't need anything. We try to keep track of dates, but they just don't add up. Luckily, Timmy remembered it's his birthday today, so we should get him a present, or a cake, or both. So it's settled. We're making soup cake, but what about the gift? Look, I'm gonna be honest. Give him something to fucking play with. When we were taking cover in the shelter, we barely had time to grab anything, so the checker's set is missing half its pieces. It seems you can still play with one half, since Timmy has been enjoying himself. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Is there any wood left? This dreadful silence become boring, and like every happy model family, we don't have that many things to talk about. Is there anything we can do about that? Anything at all? Oh. Okay, they're hungry. Okay. Timmy's not doing great. It would be... Timmy's not doing great. It'd be good to talk to him and cheer him up. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. It's hard to keep track of time down here. We can't tell if it's night or day. The terrible light bulbs are not helping. Too bad we can't replace them. Then there has to be something else we can do. Okay. Our first medkit was well stocked with a variety of medical supplies, including a pack of sleeping pills. We never thought we would use them, but in these conditions it's the right thing to do. Also, it was nice change from our usual diet of tomato soup. We're all rested and can enjoy our time on the shelter, or can we? But there was plenty to look through. Pieces of furniture. Okay. Suitcase and other hotel supplies were scattered all over the place. Now we know the secret of their restaurant. Yep, we've read all this. Hungry. Timmy prefers apple. Alright. Our first aid kit is of no use. We need to do something about it. For the bizarre reason, and we believe we can use lethal bug spray to produce some additional medicine. Maybe work? Hey, it's worth a try. That we just made it worse. All thumbs. What is that for? Break or use something in your fallout shelter. What do you know? Combining American innovation and deadly bug spray can result in just enough drugs to replenish an empty first aid kit. We'll worry about... Okay. We had to test our drugs on someone. Obviously the adults had to be the lab rats for science. Hungry... Full of surprises. Like this man on the other side of our door, knocking and claiming that he is willing to offer a lot for a decent ammunition. Shall we trade? We could tell the stranger was disappointed, but that was none of our business. If ever was a time to get used to life being disappointing, it's the end of the world, probably. Ted is hungry. Ted... Da-da-da! Okay, so we can't do anything. Is there one thing we need to do? It's use the radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Dolores is still da-da-da. You want to be enthusiastic? Mm-hmm. Okay. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop. Yet here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? Nope. She's surprisingly hanging in there. It's way too dangerous to just randomly run to a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. We're not taking any chances. It took a while before the ringing stopped. It was pretty annoying for all of us. Pace is wearing thin. We thought it would be a good idea to take a quick look outside to see if there any trouble in the area. As we were about to step out, a pair of animal eyes flashed in the darkness, and their owner started growling in the most terrifying way. We had a moment to decide what to do. Bang! Bang! Bang, bang! A quick shot with the rifle was more than enough to scare away or maybe bring down whatever creature stalked us in the darkness. We never saw it again. Dolores house, hungry, hungry. Dolores had not been talkative lately. Should we chat with her? She is... I think we know what's wrong with her. Talking to Dolores helped resolve some of her issues and doubts. She feels better now. Quite ill, can't remain thirsty for long. Okay. Oh. Last thing we expected to hear while sitting in the fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who was clearly not a trumpet player and who had probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men enter so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. We have nothing to give. Is he back? What have you bring for us? We didn't answer those particular calls and kept the door locked until the noise outside faded away. We're not exactly sure what those people come back. They sounded harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted in these troubled times? They might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Some additional supplies, but we didn't get... Ah. We know very little about what's going on inside. They're really not doing well. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without a clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave and needs to drink right now. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink fast. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Dolores' health will not improve. Timmy is hungry. Yeah, Maybe it's best to do that. Oh! Oh! Where did the other one go? Ted left for the surface. We hoped he'll be back soon. Timmy should eat something. Timmy hasn't rested. Timmy is in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. When Mary Jane found out she is not getting a single drop of water, she got furious. She stormed out of the wastelands, shouting over her shoulder that we'll regret this and that she's getting her water one way or another. We are seriously terrified right now. If only we had a few drops of water, we could have avoided what happened. Dolores died of dehydration last night. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, and if that's even possible in this situation, our hopes is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you must know they exist. All of this to do to make contact with the military. Yep. If there is one thing we need to do is to use radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast. That might be transmitted out. Is it that or just strolling around? Yeah, we got that. I cannot give you water. Would it be fantastic if we could get out and leave? Walk the surface like we used to, smell the fumes and pollution. Ah, the scent of freedom we miss. Yep. What the fuck? Survivalist? One-way ticket. Still, it's better to be safe down here than dead up there. Our return was far from happy. We found our home inhabited by someone else, a group of people to be precise. They weren't interested in sharing their shelter, as they said. No room for us then. It's time to find a new home. Lack of water drove Timmy insane. He opened the shelter door and ran away without looking back. He's not likely to return. Mr. Okay. Surviving apocalypse is no easy task. We can tell you that much. We survived for 25 days. Well, at least he didn't starve to death. I thought he was going to. Day 20. You were driven away. Oh, okay. Oh, different people open it. Okay. Uh, wait. Uh, okay, just wait. There's one achievement that's easy to get. Again, I feel like if I had company, I would love to continue this game, but playing by myself is so boring. Whoop. Unplugged, didn't mean to get that. Is that Michael Jackson? Duck and cover, achievement unlocked. Okay, let me see that achievement. Let me add this to the... I'll make a playlist. It's a very interesting gimmick, right? Oh? You perished. Okay, just wait. Like, I can see this as an entertaining game, just not a game for me. Da, da, da. I think I fucked that up.